Hello everyone, let's start the topic Geodetic Surveying. So, what is Geodetic Surveying? Geodetic survey is that type of survey in which the curvature of the earth is taken into consideration. Geodetic survey उस टाइप का सर्वे है जिसमें अर्थ का कर्वेचर अर्थ का कर्व कंसिडर किया जाता है अनलाइक प्लेन सर्वेइंग. So let's differentiate geodetic surveying from plane surveying. In geodetic surveying, curvature of the earth is taken into account, while in plane surveying, curvature of the earth is not taken into account. जैसा कि हमने डेफिनेशन में पढ़ा था कि जियोडेटिक सर्वेइंग में हम अर्थ का कर्वेचर अर्थ का कर्व कंसिडर करते हैं, जबकि प्लेन सर्वेइंग में हम इसको नेग्लेक्ट करते हैं. Next point, geodetic surveying is conducted on a large area greater than 250 square kilometers, while plane surveying is conducted on an area smaller than 250 square kilometers. क्योंकि यहाँ पे एरिया बड़ा है 250 किलोमीटर स्क्वायर से ज़्यादा, तो यहाँ पे हमें अर्थ का कर्वेचर कंसिडर करना पड़ता है, जबकि प्लेन सर्वेइंग में हम रिलेटिवली स्मॉल एरिया जो कि 250 किलोमीटर स्क्वायर से कम है उसमें प्लेन सर्वे कंडक्ट करते हैं. सो वी कैन नेग्लेक्ट द कर्वेचर ऑफ द अर्थ in this case. In geodetic surveying, high accuracy is required as we have to consider the curvature and it is to be conducted in a very large area. We have to be cautious about every reading, every distance and angle we measure. In plane surveying, accuracy is also required, but the intensity is relatively low as compared to the geodetic surveying. So that makes the third point that required accuracy is comparatively low in plane surveying to that of geodetic surveying. In geodetic surveying, line joining any two stations is considered to be a curved line. As you can see here, the line between the 2 points A and B is curved, or you can take any 2 points A and B, B and C, or A and C. The line in between any 2 points is curved and not straight. But in plane surveying, the line joining any two stations is considered to be a straight line, as we are neglecting the curvature of the earth in this case. In geodetic surveying, triangle formed by any 3 points is considered as spherical, while the triangle formed by any 3 points in plane surveying is considered as plane triangle. Now let's move on to objective of geodetic surveying. First objective is to determine very precisely the relative or absolute positions on the Earth's surface of system of widely separated horizontal control points. These points can be further used for more detailed surveys such as locating secondary and tertiary sets of control points known as triangulation stations. Now, talking about triangulation, what exactly is triangulation? Now, here you can see two machines are placed on point A and point B, and they are observing a tree. This scenario suggests that a tree is being observed by two different points separated by a distance considered as baseline. Now this distance between A and B is already measured, and by taking this distance AB and measuring the angles between A, B and C, we can identify the distance between the known points AB and the unknown point C, the far distant point C. So, triangulation, it is the process of determining the location of a point by measuring angles to it from known points at either end of a fixed baseline, rather than measuring distances to the point directly. हम ट्रायंगुलेशन को वहाँ यूज़ कर सकते हैं जब हमें किसी अननोन पॉइंट या फार अवे पॉइंट का डिस्टेंस मेजर करना हो और वो रीचेबल ना हो। आप ये फिगर में देख सकते हैं, बीच में एक स्ट्रीम रन कर रहा है. स्ट्रीम इज रनिंग इन बिटवीन, so we cannot directly measure the distance. So that's why we are using the triangulation method to calculate the distance and to locate it. Now, objectives of triangulation. The objectives of triangulation is to establish accurate control for plane and geodetic surveys of large areas by terrestrial methods. Next, to establish accurate control for photogrammetric surveys of large areas. To assist in the determination of the size and shape of the Earth by making observations for latitude, longitude, and gravity. Now, triangulation figures. While conducting a survey and using the triangulation method, we can use different types of figures like triangle, traced quadrilateral, or a polygon with a central station. There are different types of triangulation layouts that can be used during the survey, depending upon the resources and the circumstances around. So first is single chain of triangles. As you can see, a chain of single alternate triangles is running in a forward direction. So it is known as single chain of triangles. Next layout is double chain of triangles. Here you can see two triangles simultaneously running in a forward direction. In the previous triangle, one triangle alternatively was running, but here two triangles are simultaneously are running, making a double chain of triangles. Next layout is braced quadrilateral. It is a chain of quadrilateral which is braced, which is supported by these diagonal lines. In the first quadrilateral ABCD, the diagonal bracing AD and BC. Similarly, in every quadrilateral there are diagonal bracings, which is useful for checking the distances and angles. The next layout is center triangles and polygons. Here you can see the first part is a triangle ABC. After that, it is a polygon, pentagon in particular, BCFED, and after that, it is a quadrilateral, EFGH. So, in this manner, it can run with any possible figure. It can be a triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, or any type of polygon. The next layout is Gridiron System. As you can see, it is in the form of a grid, making the crisscross formation, and that's why it is termed as Gridiron System. And the final layout is Central System. Here we can see there was a single triangle in between ABC, and around that many triangles are encircling it, and the whole process is being continued as we reach the required as we complete the required area for the whole chain of triangles, for the whole net of triangles, and this is known as central system. So that's it for today, ending at triangulation layouts.